Hello everybody, welcome back to the Bison Workshop. I'm Bob, and in this video we're going to take all this rear end apart, take all the tires and everything off of it. But before we do, I have a bit of an announcement regarding the Bison Workshop. In regards to what I'm seeing in my numbers on views and comments and likes and stuff like that, my channel's pretty much dead. So I don't spend a lot of time on dead stuff. And if people are just not interested in what I have to offer, then why subscribe to my channel? You know, I got 6,500 subscribers. And I would say, for the most part, I'm lucky to get 3 comments, 3 likes on any of my videos here lately. So, I'm not an idiot. I know when people don't like me. I know when people don't want to see me. And it's obvious that people on YouTube do not want to see me. I'm sorry to the people who do like to watch me, the 3 people that do like to watch me. I apologize, but it's going to come to an end. My goal when I first started was 1,000 videos. Once I reach 1,000 videos, I'm done. I've got 54, I believe, left to go before I reach 1,000. Once that's done, I'm done with YouTube. I'm not going to keep putting videos up and spending my time editing videos and doing the work and having to deal with a camera while I'm doing the work for nothing. It's stupid for me to do that. So, my life is not all that great to begin with, and this is making it worse. It makes me feel like I'm worthless, which I already knows the facts. I am worthless, because if I wasn't worthless, more people would want to watch me. So I'm not a stupid idiot. I know what's going on. People don't like me, people don't want to see me, and the very few that do must be like me. So I'm just going to tell you right now, after I get 1,000 views, you'll not see no more videos. The very last video is going to be, I'm done with YouTube. So, not to mention the politics that YouTube has incorporated into their algorithms and formats and all this other bullshit. I've had enough. I've been on here since 2015. And that's 10 years. And my latest video that got over 30,000 views is about 6-7 years ago. So I give up. I'm done. So, but anyway, enough of that. Also, you'll never hear me about Trump coffee no more. You'll never hear that word utter out of my mouth no more, ever again. I'm losing it, and I don't want to use it no more. So we're going to go ahead and take this apart. I'm just going to speed through it. You guys can listen to some music, because at this point I really don't care how the videos go. As long as I get them done, get my 54 videos under my belt, get done with it. So look for a lot of videos quickly, because I'm going to try to make up as many videos as I can, as quick as I can, so I can be done with YouTube. So now we can get to the work. Now, I had to put this hitch in here so I could raise it up, because there ain't really a whole lot of places to set a jack underneath there. Alright, so I did get this loosened up when I put it up off the ground. It's now loose. So I still got to take everything out in order to put the bracket in, because I need to access the other side of this hole. So we're going to take all this stuff apart and work from there. As long as we have this in line and not taken out, we can use this as our way to indicate where it's supposed to be. We already know that my bracket's going to indicate it in the correct spot. So once we get this bracket done, then we can move on to this bracket. We'll mount it to the front bracket. Once that's done, then we'll come back here and cut this weld off of this other bracket and then add it in place. So let me get you guys set up here in a good location where you can watch me take this thing apart. And shocks is probably going to be the hardest thing to take off, because I might be able to raise it far enough to loosen it up. I don't know. But we'll just set you guys back here. Alright guys, I got the rear end out, and we had to put a new seal in it, and we're probably going to replace these two seals here also. They look like they could probably use it, but I'm probably getting ready to make a mess here with oil. But before I do, let me make sure that it's correct. Yep, that's the correct one. So now that we've got the seals in that, the front seal, we've replaced the front seal and both the side axle seals. So now we can go ahead and set that in place and go ahead and spot weld the parts. We got that welded, and we got this crack welded, and now we get to put it in. I got the back side of it flat, so now we get to put it in and measure how far this goes into this piece, because I want to leave enough to where I can weld right here on that. So we're going to go ahead and set you up and put this back in. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this in that hole. And we're going to put the bolt back in it. Alright. I need to clamp that again. Alright, we got that in. Alright, so this side is done. Now we've got a lot of stick out on this side. So I got to measure how far we need to go in, because we don't want to cut it too much. So let me get my calipers and measure that. So basically what I want to do is I want to measure the high side, or the long side, sticking out, and that's how much we got sticking out. So we want to cut that just a hair bigger. I'm thinking if we cut 9 millimeters off of it, we ought to be good. Yeah, 9 millimeters. So, take that back out. And we're going to cut 9 millimeters off of this. Alright guys, I went over and cut that off shorter so that it just barely goes into the hole so that I can weld the end of it. Oh yeah, that'll work perfect. Alright, so now we got to clamp it back up again and center it. Get it back in its location. All right, so now we can tack that one. Gotta work. Yep, that'll work. So now we'll tack that. And I'm going to go ahead and finish this, and then we'll come back when I'm ready to do this one. Alright, so now that will just set right down in there just like that. Alright, now we're ready to bolt her in. So, grab me a pencil and start making some bolt hole marks. Now I've got to get a shorter bolt or pencil. Now if I can get down in there, I got to put another clamp on it. This is what's required when you manufacture something or fabricate stuff, you gotta take it in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. It's aggravating. Now I just gotta find a drill bit. Alright, we have that installed. And you see it's got some movement to it, so it's in good shape. So now we got to put this bracket on. So I'm going to tighten that one. Or this one, I mean. Then we take this one back out. So now we get to take and cut this out. Basically all I got to do is just put this piece back in. And I'm still debating on whether to cut that section out to match this one. I don't think it's necessary, but we'll see. So let me get that all grounded out and we'll go from there. Alright, so now that we've got that, now we can put the rear end back in, hopefully. So now we can see if we can't put this in. Alright, so we're going to have to cut this part. So we're going to go take and cut that down. Alright, so now we've got that mounted in. Now we got to weld that all the way around there. So now we just got to be careful not to set anything on fire. So I'm going to try to clean all that oil up out of there. Alright guys, we got the pieces made and they're in place. I'm not going to cut that out of there. I don't think it's necessary. And it gives it more meat, more rigidity. And we've got this mounted in. So she's in there solid now. So now all I got to do is put her back together. And since you've already seen me put it back or take it apart, I don't think you need to see me reverse it. So that'll end this part of the Rhino frame rebuild. I hope you guys enjoyed this. The few people that have seen it, or that will see it. Anyway, you guys have a good one. Later.